All right, so thank you guys so much for tuning in to What's the 411. This is season 2, episode 1. My very first makeup tutorial. I usually don't do these. I've never been big on doing tutorials because I feel like everybody's doing it and there's so much overload content on it. And with this episode, I wanted to talk to you guys about, the states during that time when I recorded this video. And of course, the video is a little bit behind because of the simple fact of internet being slow as fuck in the country. So please forgive me and my timing skills. I'm still learning the editing process, still learning about doing voiceovers. So please forgive me. Thank you guys so much for your patience. But yeah, stay tuned. And here is episode 1 of season 2, makeup tutorial. And I'm just going to take you step by step on how I get my go-to everyday basic look. So let's take a look. Okay, so basically right here, I'm just going over the go-to steps before I start my makeup. I make sure, of course, have a clean face, moisturize, and do primer. At this point in time, I did not have primer, but my go-to primer is from Wet-n-Wild. It's very good, and it makes sure that my actual foundation doesn't cake up on my face. And make sure that you're putting it in the upward motion so that way you don't look crazy out here. Yeah, so now moving forward, I'm going to use my Pro Concealer. I believe it's in shade 936. Don't quote me on that because I'm not really sure, but I will have the details in the description below. And I'm just going under my eyes basically to make sure that, of course, I cover up any acne marks, cover up bags, dark circles. This kind of helps preset the face and set the tone for my canvas, as most beauties or beauticians would call it, shall I say. So that's that part. And as you can see, I'm just going over it and running my mouth while I'm doing all this. When I look at this, I just be like, damn, I'm really a talker and a doer. Like I'm a magician at multitasking. But then I get sidetracked, as you can see. So let's cut to it. Okay, now that I've blended in, I'm going in with my eyeshadow primer. This I put around my eyes to kind of brighten it up on top of the concealer. So when I do put my eyeshadow on, everything will pop. And as far as anything under my eyes, when I do the essential contouring, it'll make that come out a little bit more. The makeup of choice that I use is Maybelline 310 shade. This is like the best shade of foundation I've found. I've tried the Fenty Beauties, I've tried the L'Oreal. Maybelline works best for me. So I do plan on testing some other foundations out, but that's just how I do it. So when I'm applying my foundation, I actually put a small bit of it on the forehand or front hand of my hand, and then literally buffing it into my skin so it looks as if it is my skin tone. I try not to put too much on there because, of course, you are still wanting to show definition once you do the contouring, and you don't want to look like a fucking ghost. But as you can see, I'm blending it in. I don't have much on there, but you can tell I got a little something on there. And of course, you want to make sure you push that cap back so you can get around them edges, girlfriend, because we don't want that line showing. Some of y'all still be doing that. I don't know how you get away with it, but to each his own, boo. To each his own. And make sure that you blend down to the neck, please. I'm tired of seeing you females with that cutoff line right under your chin. We noticed that, especially during the summertime when some of you can't go out with your natural skin. Blend down to the neck. All right, so now I'm going in with my eyebrow gel. It is from e.l.f. Now, as far as the brush, I kind of just got this. It was like a 99 cent at the hair store. So, most of my products that I use is hair store found. So I don't try to go out of the way because usually the hair store prices are better than like Target, Marshalls. Well, sometimes you'll find a good deal in Marshalls or TJ Maxx. So just saying. But yeah, so we're going to shade in the top part of the brow first to kind of get that arch defined on both brows. And then we're going to kind of give it that front end blend and then just kind of brush it out the rest of the way. I don't go all the way to my ends as far as underneath because of the simple fact I want the brow to look natural. I don't want the brow to look crazy and I don't want it to look too dark. And I notice a lot of people do that and it looks like they literally have paint on their eyebrows. So ladies, learn to blend, learn to look natural. That is the whole point of doing makeup, is to look natural but still have a pop. So now I'm going back in with some more Pro Concealer. This shade is of a lighter shade, and I'm going underneath the eyebrow, and that kind of helps cover up any hairs that are growing in, as well as it kind of also helps define that arch a little bit more on the bottom, since the top has kind of already been defined with the elf gel. But I also go over the top to kind of give it a straight edge look, you feel me? No lines forming, and then it kind of blends in to the brow gel, so it looks like it's my natural full blown eyebrows. It's not painted in. So you want to make sure that once you go around, you want to get close to the eyebrow as possible. You don't want to put too much of the concealer up there. Sometimes I might overdo on the bottom part. Just depends on if I'm going down with the concealer. But since I'm sticking around the eyebrows, I try to keep it light. So when I do my eyebrow concealer, I also go ahead and do my face contour. So I start with my nose and make that 3 on the side of my head with a couple little Indian marks going down my forehead. Now the point of doing the 3 is because you want to define your cheekbones as well as give you some definition to your jawline. And that kind of just brings your facial features out more. And some people don't realize that when you do the contouring of your nose, it actually cuts your nose. It kind of makes your nose look smaller. So a lot of my pictures, people be like, oh my God, your nose is look perfect. It's the cute little nose. I'm like, yeah, thanks to my contouring skills. You know, I learned from Jonathan off of Love and Hip Hop when he was doing K Michelle's. But yeah, you want to take that, and I use a blending brush. I use the medium size one because it gets the job done for most of my contouring issues that I have. I notice a lot of people use the smaller ones for their nose. And as you can see, I showed the side of my face so you can see the definition in my face from the side. But yeah, we're just going to blend that in, sister girl. Had to cut too because I was doing too much talking after that, and I almost forgot to do the bottom part on one side. So but yeah, we're going to go in, make sure that's blended in, and now we're going to go to the eyes. So here I'm putting in some Mary Kay eyelash primer, followed by some Mary Kay eyelash mascara. I do recommend doing primer a lot of times because of the simple fact when you wear fake lashes, it also tears your real lashes, and most people just put mascara on top of the fake lash and the glue. And I've noticed that a lot of females are using hair glue. Please stop doing that because you're ripping your natural eyelashes out. Pro tip to get your eyelashes to grow back: get vitamin E pills in the gel form, pop it and poke a little hole in it and put a little bit of the vitamin E on your eyelashes overnight so it can help your eyelashes grow. The primer does contain vitamin E, but I'd like to do that for myself because it helps rebuild the thickness in my eyelashes. Because really, a lot of people told me I don't need to wear fake eyelashes because my eyelashes are already naturally long. But I done got addicted to them a little bit. So now I'm to the point where, oh yeah, I'll wear my real lashes occasionally. But when I'm trying to show out, best believe those fake lashes are going on. So, but yeah, we're just going to go in after priming both the bottom and top lash. We're going to go in with the regular mascara and at this point, I think I needed to go get some brushes. So give me just a moment. I'll be right back.
3 minutes later.
Okay, so now we're back. I found the brushes that I needed. I needed to go get my my eyeshadow brush and my fan brush for my highlighter that I'll be doing later on. This little pamphlet that I'm using, or palette that I'm using as they call it, is from Estee Lauder. I will also put the information of what shades I used on my eyes. But as you can see, I'm going in with like a deep dark brown to begin with, just to kind of give it some little pizzazz, but not too much, because I'm not big on colors yet. I haven't gotten to the cut creases and all that. I learned a little bit. Shout out to my baby cousin Kristen. Shout out to her. She stayed doing eyeshadow makeup tutorials on her Instagram. And y'all can also go follow her too, because she's really helpful as far as doing different colors and patterns and stuff with the eyeshadow. So definitely go check her out. And I'll have her information below. But yeah, I'm just easily just taking in this dark brown, using that as my base color. Making sure that really gets in. And I'm trying to go off the cut of my eye, from where my eye is cut off at once I open it fully. And most people know where their crease is at. Some people have sunken in the eyes, so they can't really tell. So you kind of have to make one. But you kind of just want to follow the line between your upper lid and to your eyelash. So keep going in, trying to make that as dark as I want it to be, so I can have that deep dark brown tone. It's coming along very well, especially me running my mouth. I forgot what I was talking about here, but it was something clearly I was so into it. So now I am literally still going back over it with another coat of the dark brown, because I'm really trying to get this deep, like kind of like a smoky eyeshadow look, but not too much of a smoky eyeshadow look. And of course, here I am still rambling my damn mouth. Girl, shut up. What is you talking about? But no, this is why I say my shows low-key be on point. But y'all gotta listen. So here I am going in with like a light colored glitter, from that same palette. And just kind of giving myself a little golden eye in the corner, and bringing it out some. So that way I can still have that deep dark brown underneath, but you'll see some shimmer on top of it. And we want to do the corners, because the corner of the eye with glitter, it makes your eye color pop like I have nobody's business. Like, it's just, it looks amazing, especially when you see the final product, as y'all saw in the beginning. And with this, matter of fact, I wasn't even using the palette. I was using WetnWild. Crazy. So I was actually using highlighter for that part. So that kind of brings the gold out and the brown highlights in my eyes out. So now I'm going in with some e.l.f. eyeliner, doing the bottom lid only. Sometimes I do the top lid. Of course, you got to hold your head back, especially if your eyes are real sensitive to having things around it. I get real teary-eyed, so I have to hold my eye back sometimes and kind of do the little tap, tap, tap in the corner just to keep from tears running down. So you want to do that. Make sure that you're straight. I say have tissue on backup and a makeup remover wipe just in case. And some people, they usually start off with their eyes first before anything, so that way they don't mess their foundation and contour up. But ain't nobody got time for that. So now I'm using this aloe vera kiss glue for my eyelashes. I am going to actually put the glue on my eyelid first. This is a little trick that I learned on IGTV from one of my followers, and it actually works better than sitting there waiting on the glue to dry on the actual eyelash itself, which is very helpful for me because I'm still getting used to applying eyelashes on my own. Um, I've had other people do it. The first time I had it done, one of my eyes glued together. So never talk to that person ever again, because I said, you know what? You know how to sell eyelashes, but putting them on, sis, nah, can't do it. So, and I felt bad for the guy because, yeah, had to take those eyelashes off while he's trying to be in my face flirting and stuff. And I was just like, hold on, bro. Like, I need to do this real quick. So, but yes, this is the easiest way that I found to apply eyelashes. So you want to, of course, apply it on. First, let it dry, get that tacky feel as if you were putting it onto the eyelash itself. The eyelashes that I'm using is, I can't think of it, but it's a wispy style eyelash. I forgot the brand name. I will put it in the description. And as you can see, it still kind of gives me a little oomph, but it also gives me like a natural eye as if I just put on some mascara and went. So you want to make sure that is secure, and make sure that corner is on tight, because sometimes that corner does not want to stay for whatever reason. And of course, you kind of got to tap, tap, tap in the corner with that as well, because that glue will have you messed up. So I'm going to go ahead and apply the other eyelash. Make sure I get off any pre-glue. Sometimes I try to clean my lashes before, but it doesn't always work out for the best, and I end up having to buy new lashes. So if you have any tips or tricks as far as cleaning lashes, please let me know in the comments below. So applying that on. Like, damn, look at my eyebrow though. Like, that brow is on fleek, sis. Okay. I am not mad at you, girl. Okay, so I'm going back in with some more mascara on that bottom row, because, you know, I want them bottom lashes to pop just as much as the top. You feel me? Get a little razzle dazzle. And as you can see, I'm having issues with this one lash because it feels like something's poking me literally in the corner of my eye, and I have to keep readjusting. Like, stay where I tell you to stay at, eyelash. Please, I beg of you. If you don't do anything else, do that. Y'all can excuse my dog in the background. He's a little moody right now. So yeah, we want to make sure those are secure. Now I'm going to go in with my fan brush and apply my highlighter. This is also Wet n Wild. This one is more of a bronzy look instead of a gold. As you can see, I'm trying to get up close to the camera so you can see that angle, you feel me, and see it pop. Now I do sometimes like to go in with 2 coats of highlighter, just 2 different tones, but within the same color range. And of course, as seen, I usually do that with a red lip, but today I feel a little neutral, so we want to keep it low tone. So I am putting in this other bronzy looking color. They basically the same color, but one is darker than the other, and one is more of a roasted color, I would say. But yeah, both of them are Wet n Wild. I love Wet n Wild highlighters because they work better for me. I don't know. The other highlighters, like the real powdery ones, I don't really like those because I feel like it gets all over the place and it doesn't stay where I want it to stay. So, of course, you want to highlight those cheekbones, highlight that nose bone. You feel me? Get it really popping. And this is the final look. Just something simple, go to, flawless looking skin, and that's what you guys want at the end of the day. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. I appreciate all the love once again, and thank you to all my supporters who have stuck with me since day one. I promise you guys I'm going to be bringing more interesting interviews as well as people onto the show. So I hope you guys are ready to smoke some big B's, talk some big cash, and talk some big shit right here on Once to 411. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.